Right, I am very bored. So, as I've been listening to the Groundhogs lately, I thought I'd do a video, guitar video. Bit of a clue there, and I'm gonna do Split. Part 1, I think. Oh, I'm getting muddled now. Crikey, I would have known this a long time ago. I just started listening to the Groundhogs again. There's lots of videos on YouTube, live stuff and that. And of course, this brings back memories of my old mate Dave Locke. Not that he's dead, he's still very much alive and with us. But he was the bloke that got me into Groundhogs, so thanks, Dave. I've been thinking of you, mate, when I've been listening to all this Groundhogs stuff, you know. Brings back happy memories of your flat and laughing at you and laughing at you whistling all this stuff with your eyeballs wobbling around in your head like a pinball machine. But anyway, that's another story. Right, so I don't really know much about the Groundhogs. It's not like it's something I used to listen to a long time ago. This is the best album by a long shot of all the Groundhog stuff. The guitar player T.S. McPhee, highly underrated. They used to play blues back in the days, like John Lee Hooker blues. He even went on tour with John Lee Hooker, and he picked up a lot of that sort of really easy, basic blues stuff. I say it's easy; it's impossible to replicate, but it's simple shapes, simple stuff, technically. But we all know that really some of that stuff is it's proper music, and it's hard to replicate because it's whoever plays it just plays it completely different, even though it's simple stuff. But this, I mean, there's some classic John Lee Hooker on this, on the last track, Groundhog. The Groundhog song on this is just, it could be John Lee Hooker. But by this time, 1970, he's a Hendrix freak. It's wah-wah, Strats. And I wasn't quite sure the gear he was using, so this is why this album's out. So I went and dug the album out, because I haven't played this for years, but I was thinking, he's got high watts. And now all the videos I've seen on YouTube lately, he's playing Laney amps, which I don't know much about. But high watts are very clean amps. And not Fender, I don't know, they're weird. They're weird amps. And they're very nice, they're very expensive. Valve amps, expensive now. I remember going around my uncle's house one time, and he had a studio down in the bottom of his house, and he had 200 watt high watts and 2 4x12 cabs, and it sounded unbelievable. And he could have it loud. It was fantastic. But anyway, so he's in his Hendrix period by this time, and really in his pomp and playing fantastic. I'd call him more of a musician than a guitar player, actually. It's very musical guitar playing, not like these shredders you get now. It's just all about showing off. But anyway, yeah, so I thought enough of that rubbish, apart from the bit about Lockie. Right, the rest of it was rubbish. Right, so it's I think it's in A. Anyway, it starts off. And that basically is an A octave. So you're playing the first 2 notes, those 2 notes. Of course, McPhee, he played with his fingers as well. I don't know if he always used to. I'd be surprised that on Split he wasn't using a plectrum. But anyway, when I see him playing live on the videos, he's playing with his fingers. And I imagine he did do some of the stuff for his wacky stuff. But I wouldn't be surprised if he was using a plectrum listening to this album. But anyway, there is a difference. There's the soloing is, I can imagine, would be quite hard to play finger picking. But I don't know. I'm not sure. As I say, it's not something I'm really that well up on. I don't know. Which is unusual for me, because usually when I get into something, I'm nuts and bolts, man. I like to know a lot about it. I was quite surprised, funny enough, looking at the album to see that Martin Birch was the engineer for this album. You know, Deep Purple engineer, and other people, but famous for Deep Purple. Anyway, I'm going off on one again. So, and the next bit, you start on that note there, whatever note that is. 5 on the D string. So that A octave. Right. Then it starts off in G. G flat, B, D, and then back to the beginning. Right, so that's pretty much the scales for the solos and that, which is A minor pentatonic. And then, of course, it does get the bass line for the solo is. So that's just that note there, that's C, A, G, G flat. Oh, and an open E. And I just use them straightforward chords for power chords. The power chord for the B, more power chords. We'll get it right. Back to the B, and then this bit goes D. So it's and that's a D power chord. I play it there. So that is what is that? I can't work it out. Hang on, is that? It's A, so it's an A sharp, E. Very simple, and just I don't know. I just like the old that, especially this album. As I say, this album's like the best one. There's some other fantastic Groundhog stuff, but Split